Welcome back to Drama Voice, where real life meets healing conversations. This is a space for growth, truth, and restoration. Because inspiration alone isn't enough, I'm Dr. Nokalak, and this is Drama Voice. What if some of the healthiest or unhealthiest habits in your life weren't entirely your own? Maybe not entirely your own fault. Today we're talking about intergenerational health patterns. Ooh, that's a mouthful. What does that really mean? Intergenerational health patterns is how behaviors, trauma, habits pass from parents to children. Children don't just listen to what parents say. Children watch what parents do. In simple terms, this is how health behaviors, habits, and even trauma are passed down through families. Sometimes it's genetics, but often it's the environment we grew up in. Think about it for a moment. The way we eat, how we handle stress, how we move our bodies, even how we sleep. Much of that is learned long before we become adults. It starts in childhood and it starts at home. If a family normalizes movement, balanced meals, and emotional openness, those behaviors become normal to a child. But the opposite is true too. If stress is constant, meals are rushed or unhealthy, sleep is poor, or healthcare is avoided, those patterns also become normal. Over time, these normal behaviors shape health outcomes. This is why we often see conditions like diabetes, heart diseases, obesity, or mental health. Challenges running through families. Sometimes it's genes, but often it's repeated lifestyle patterns. Another big factor is something called trauma. Oh, you've heard that before. I'm sure we've all had traumas in one way or the other. And trauma doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's chronic stress, financial hardship, unstable housing, or living in survival mode. When parents carry unresolved stress or trauma, it affects how they cope, communicate, and care for themselves. Children growing up in these environments may adopt similar stress responses. Over time, chronic stress affects blood pressure, inflammation, immune function, and mental health. It's easy to think these patterns are inevitable, but here's the encouraging part. Intergenerational patterns are not destiny. Let that sink for a second. Intergenerational patterns are not destiny. Small changes, sometimes very small ones, can interrupt unhealthy patterns and create new healthy ones. For example, prioritizing family meals influences nutrition, communication, and emotional connection. Daily movement, even walking together as a family, shapes how children view exercise. Talking openly about mental health reduces stigma and teaches healthier coping strategies. Modeling regular medical checkups teaches children that caring for their health is normal. These small actions may seem minor, but over time, they accumulate. Children grow up carrying them into adulthood and then pass them to their own children. This is how it affects public health. When we think about public health, we often focus on hospitals, medications, and treatments. But many of the most powerful interventions start much earlier, in homes, in families, in everyday routines. When healthy behaviors are normalized in a household, the impact can ripple outward for decades. So here's a question to reflect on, and please jot down in the comment section below. What behaviors have you been normalized in your family? And which ones would you like the next generation to inherit? Because sometimes the most powerful legacy isn't financial wealth or material things. Sometimes it is healthier habits, emotional resilience, and a new definition of what normal looks like. Ooh, we talked about stop normalizing what it's abnormal. And those small shifts today can change the health trajectory of a family for generations to come. If this episode spoke to you, take a breath and know you are not alone. Please share. Please share it with someone who needs it. Until next time, protect your peace and honor your journey. This is Gemma Voice, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much.